love my life. Ooh. I love my body. Yeah, I love myself. Yeah. Welcome to Royal Park Stockholm. It's a beautiful place in nature. Ooh. And welcome to a series in association with Desert Flower Stockholm. Most amazing conscious events. That's right. My name is Shaft Uddin. You can find me on my Instagram and on this channel. And you can find out all about our events that's happening at Royal Park Stockholm at our Instagram. All of the details are up there. Get involved. Come to the events. Our first event happens on October the 4th. Our sober rave illusion. This doesn't exist. That's right. A conscious rave for all the family, not just people who, haven't slept the night before. It's not for them. Definitely not for them. It's for high vibrational, happy, alive people that wants to become even more happy and more alive. This is what we do. We're bringing the ecstatic arts into Sweden, into Stockholm. So we look forward to having you there on Sunday, October the 4th. My Instagram will be sharing all of this as well. But I am in a transitional period from the old, remember when I used to be a unicorn, but I'm not anymore. Then I became a tantric sex guru and was all over the internet, 70 million views. So I'm transitioning into something else, into Royal Park Stockholm. So there is a few posts still overlapping my corporate job as well as my tantra job. And obviously I have this other job as well. So, I'm figuring it out. We're figuring it out. So, there is going to be a very interesting post coming out because I've got loads of videos on my laptop around my old work when I used to do, yoni massages and energy orgasms and stuff like that. Sorry, Royal Park Stockholm. But it's all really great because, Desert Flower Scandinavia. We're in association with something that I used to do as well, which is help women overcome sexual trauma. So, there is a synergy there. Ooh, this could be awkward. But it's not. It's all fine. Overlapping. There's going to be a week-long period probably of, different bits of content, and then everyone's just going to forget anyway, and then I'll be the new version of Shaft. I might even wear a suit. In fact, I really want to wear a suit. If you've been checking my Instagram at Shaft Uddin, you'd have been seeing my transformation in becoming a Swedish dad. A Viking dad, as I call it. It's similar to a normal dad, but way cooler, because Vikings are super hot. So today's episode, moving forwards, is about success. What does success mean to you? What does it mean to be successful? Does it mean great hair, perfect abs from intermittent fasting and things like that, or living in amazing places? Or does it mean just really following that sensation of love and doing what you love doing? Or is it really hard work? I think it's a combination of everything. You are what you spend most of your time doing. If you're spending most of your time watching Netflix, scrolling YouTube, hello, keep on watching, and then you get a burst of dopamine and you feel like doing something, but then you watch another Netflix episode and then order a pizza from Uber and stay in a bit and then sometimes go out and get drunk and smoke weed or whatever you do to try and relax. Well, that's probably your success story. You'll become really good at it. Wherever the mind flows, the energy goes. Your intention, attention is basically what you will become. And you become really good at it. And you become the best at it. Whatever it is. It could be someone who goes around telling their problems all the time. Or it could be someone who's really passionate about a sport. And if they keep on doing it day in, day out, you don't have to do a lot to basically be better than everyone else. Life for a normal person is pretty mediocre. You only have to add about 8% to your being to be a little bit different to everyone else. It's not a lot. Not a lot at all. Amazing coffee. So what is success? What does it look like to you? Wherever the mind goes, the energy flows. Whatever you direct your intention into, you'll just generate a momentum and become more of it. If you are talking about your problems and trapped in your trauma cycles and talking about fear and the lack and the what ifs, let me give you an example. What if I don't succeed? What if I do succeed and I get overwhelmed? What will other people think if I did this? What will my parents think if I changed my careers? What if society didn't what if they judge me? No, they're going to judge me now. What if I'm not good enough? That's that what if cycle. It's not the best questions to ask your brain. There is another way of working with success, and this is the more fun way. Dream big, and what are the small steps you need to get there? So when I came to, in fact, let's talk about me, for example. I come from not the best position in society to be the man I am today. Strict devout Muslim upbringing, beaten a lot for being a bit different, and working class immigrants. Look where I am now, living the dream. My parents love me. My parents are my biggest role models. I love my parents. They're amazing. I love religion. It's genius what they've done. Everything, the whole religious tool sets is everything they're using in personal development. It just all works. But I wasn't always like that. I had to go through the hardships to slowly figure it out myself, to slowly reprogram my brain, to realize how the system works, also known as the matrix. And then I figured it out. Now I'm a raging success. I retired at 35. But I recently just started work because of the whole COVID-19 thing again, which was the best decision I ever made. Turns out there's no such thing as a bad situation. It's just great opportunities. So my story of success was one of struggle, one of survival. Long story short, classic rags to riches. Parents, poor, became successful. Worked really hard. I had to get out of my little retirement town. I was a bit of a hoodlum. And then I discovered education and I realized how to play the system. If I get really good at education, I could leave my hometown and my parents and be free. So education was my focus. Wherever the mind goes, the energy flows. I became really good at what I did, which was graphic design. Look how pretty this is, and everything I do. I just really enjoy art. This also goes down to something about my parents as well. How to gain love and not get beaten up a lot by my parents, by being successful. I come from a very strict, devout Muslim family, but it's very normal to have a lot of discipline. But the way I figured it out was, if I just get really good at education, I could get out of Bexhill-on-Sea. I could get as far away as possible, and I won't have to live in a small retirement town where I'm just too big and I just want to have fun all the time. And I will find freedom. And then I did find freedom. I excelled in my studies because I'm smart. I then got out of the educational system and started to run a very successful graphic design business. How can I be an artist but make money and please my parents? Become a graphic designer. I spoke to one person, my graphic design teacher, and he basically said, I used to work in London with David Bowie, and we used to go camping together, and I was a graphic designer. I was like, being a graphic designer is super cool. I want to be a graphic designer. And I just decided to do it because of that story about being really cool with David Bowie and going camping with him. I was like, sweet. I think they went to the same art school or something. So that inspired me, a little sentence from a school teacher, to make me go on a different trajectory rather than what I wanted to be, which is a house husband, a looked after house husband, and just do painting and art and look after the kids. That's what I've always wanted. But I needed to make some kind of money, and my parents needed to love me somehow, so I needed to be a success in the eyes of a Bangladeshi Muslim parent. I'm clever, I just figured it out, so that's what I did. And I did my walkabout around the world. I did my rites of passage, also known as a gap year or backpacking around the world, where you just go out and get drunk. You've left your parents, you're out on your own, and you are just traveling and going on a backpacker trail. I wanted to settle down somewhere in the world, start a family and everything like that. I was 23 by that time. Everyone said you need to be in London. I was like, I don't want to be in London. I had to come back to London, and the stories were so tragic after that. Got back to London. The woman I was about to marry didn't work out. Big betrayal with a best friend. Ended up in London by myself, jobless, homeless, suicidal. I ended up having to get a job in a pub, slug and lettuce. And then I got a job at HMV Records on Bond Street. And I just worked really hard. Working, grafting. And then eventually I found a job in Brick Lane, which was one of the places I tried to avoid because my parents took me there to get their halal meat from. And I thought the whole of London was just this Bangladeshi dirty place with like bits of chicken lying on the floor and bits of rotten veg everywhere. Turned out it was the coolest place in London by 2004. And that's where all the artists hang out. That's where all the grime artists hung out. That's where I started directing music videos. That's where I started doing my graphic design. That's where I started hanging out with people like Dynamo and like loads of like up and coming people in the field I wanted to get into, which was music videos and graphic design. I ended up there, not a penny to my name, jobless, homeless, and suicidal. I was stealing food from supermarkets. And then I heard a sentence. Success is the best form of revenge. And I thought, how can I overcome that big betrayal that happened to me? I will become successful. And then that's what I did. Another sentence from something else. And I worked really, really hard, trying to keep the story short. And I had to do very hard things, knocking on doors around London going, zzz, zzz, hello, is this a graphic design agency? And they'd be like, no, this is a marketing agency. Do you need a graphic designer? No, go away. Okay, zzz, zzz, zzz. Hello. Oh no, I need to go back to HMV because I've run out of time. Are you a graphic design agency? No, we're not. Okay, bye. And then I'm working at HMV, pulling pints in a pub, working 6 days a week for £80. Back then, that was a lot of money, but it's nothing now. And on in my spare time, I go to Brick Lane again. Zzz, zzz. Hello, is that a graphic design agency? Yes, we are. Oh, okay. Can I come in and show you my portfolio? Here it is. This is what I do. Oh, yeah, come on in. You could do work experience here for free. Okay, great. I'm sat there doing all my bits and bobs and just becoming really good at everything I do because I really love what I do. Oh, look at this graphic design stuff that I do. And then I started getting a really good portfolio, started working for bigger brands in this place for free. Eventually, 2 years later, I bought my first flat by myself in London, in Sydenham. Yay! I did it. I was 24, 25, 26, 27. And then the crash happened. 2008. Oh, lost everything. But did I? I was always wanting to do everything. I want to do everything all the time. I want to be a music video director. I want to be an illustrator. I want to be a graphic designer. I want to work in print, digital, everything. I want to do everything. Sorry, Shaft, you can't do everything. You need to specialize in print or magazines or billboards. That's it. You can't do digital stuff. And you definitely can't do music videos. It doesn't work here. You need to be a specialist. But I want to do everything. I'm afraid we can't hire you. Okay. Oh, the economical bust happened. The recession happened in 2008. The term integrated designer happened. My ADHD, my insomnia, everything because I had so much energy inside of me. I was like, I want to do everything. I can't sleep at night because I want to do everything. I ended up creating all this amazing artwork for the top brands in the world because they couldn't afford to pay one person to do one thing. A new breed of designer needed to happen who could do everything. My ADHD and insomnia was my superpower. I ended up doing everything. I made a fortune during that recession, and I will never forget that time in just before Burning Man or after Burning Man 2010, when the second recession I think actually hit. I was sat there eating oysters in Santa Cruz, drinking champagne. I used to drink back then. And I said to my friends, guys, what recession? I was smashing life. Ever since then, life has been good. Because of a mantra. Because of a story a teacher told me. Because I wanted to do everything. Khalil Gibran, in A Prophet, once said, work is love made visible. Wherever the mind goes, the energy flows. I was on a very low income. Some people messaged me on my Instagram and I asked them, what did you want to speak about? What do you want me to speak about? What answers do you want me to talk about? And a lot of people were talking about low income. How can I overcome all of this poverty? How can I start doing what I really want to do? There's not enough money. I can't afford to live. How can I be a healer and pay my bills and things like that? Side hustle. I'm Bangladeshi. I didn't have it easy. I had to work hard and I grafted. I worked at my dad's Indian restaurant from the age of 13 to 19 until I got out of there. And then I had to work from 19 to 23 to pay my way through university. I'm hard working, I'm grafting every day. Even with all of this stuff, I am working, grafting every day. I love what I do. I love my life. I love what I do because it is just love made visible. I'm just chasing that feeling of love, chasing, but also creating. What do I want? I want this, I want that. I want to do everything. I'm doing everything. What do I want now? So my past work, and this is why there's a little bit of a crossover and an overlap between everything with my sacred sexual awakening stuff and tantra and everything back then to where I am now, working for a couple of corporations. And everything I say is a little bit controversial, and it may be pushing away different people, but I will be transitioning into show business, into entertainment, into something else. So those of you who are watching, and especially those of you who have known me throughout my whole journey since 2014, which is heavily publicized on social media, you know my background. It's highly documented. Newspapers, TV shows, highly questionable. But it's my truth, and it's a progression, and you can see how a human can change and grow and evolve and change into something every single time. A bit like Madonna or David Bowie. So, what is success? How can you become successful? How can you overcome your poverty cycles? And it's basically the side hustle becomes your main hustle. What are you passionate about? You need the things I always called it the bread and butter job. So I needed to pay my rent, and back in London, I'm talking about 2004, by the way. I'm old. I'm trying to get into a nice position here. You need to basically work hard. It is hard work. You need to graft. I don't know anyone who, like every successful person who is a millionaire, grinded every day, did the same thing over and over again. And here's the thing about success. It's just the tip of the iceberg. When I started that unicorn revolution, I did that for 7 years and then someone saw me. The whole tantra thing, I did that for many years and then someone saw me at the top. This, I don't know where it's going to end up, but somehow someone's going to see me after me doing these every single day for X amount of years. Someone's going to see me and go, okay, that guy, he could do that thing. Let's get him in. Here's a bunch of cash. World fame again. That's how it works. Everyday grinding. What are you good at? What are you passionate about? Love, work, it's the same thing. You don't go to work and feel crap and then have to take things to relieve stress and then wait for the weekend and you live for the weekend. That is not living. That's just on some kind of treadmill until you fall off. The only way you're going to fall off is have a burnt out nervous system. Delicious coffee. Or you just feel love every day. I'm in a place where I can't sleep because I want the next day to start. I'm so excited about life in this moment in my life. Since I got out of retirement during COVID-19, during the world meltdown, the lockdown, I decided to get a job, a couple of jobs. I run a few companies now. I forgot who I was because I was a roaming hippie as a tantric practitioner, not just a tantric practitioner, but a world-class healer. Wherever the mind goes, the energy flows. Whatever I do, I become really good at it because I know how the system works, how the fabric of reality works. Wherever the mind goes, the energy flows. Do you focus it on fear, scarcity, or do you focus it on your passions, what you love doing, sharing what you love doing, which is your gift? There is a seed inside of you, which is called your purpose. Purpose is wealth. The more you do the things you love, people will naturally just go, have that money, we need you here. Oh, that person, he just did 8% more than everyone else, and he's just standing out a little bit more. He's blinking on our radar. We need someone to come in and do that thing. There's that guy that did that thing. Let's get him in. How do I know this? Because I worked in advertising for 22 years. When it comes to hiring people, so what we do is, Cadbury's, we need to do a thing for an Easter campaign. Is there anyone out there? Okay, here's a few portfolios. We don't even look at the names. We just look at the pictures and go, he's done something on Cadbury's. Let's get him in, quick. What's the day rate? Doesn't matter. Let's just get him in. Okay, we got this brief for you. Okay, here you go. Here's all your money. Catch you later. 2 days. No, you've only got 2 days to do this project on Cadbury's. It's an Easter campaign. We need it done now. Boom, boom. £350 a day. £350 a day. Okay, great. Goodbye. Oh, in fact, let's get that guy in again. He was really good at that job. Here, we got another campaign. It's with Cadbury's, but it's not the cream egg campaign anymore. It's something else. And that's how it works. That's literally how it works. Success is what's already inside of you. Your purpose is installed inside of you the moment you're born. Your sole purpose. People will always say, what am I here for? I want to do everything. Just do everything. But what if I fail? What if I don't make enough money doing it? Did you give it a go? Yeah, I did, and I failed. Did you try again? No, I failed, and that was that. I've given up now. Do you enjoy doing that thing that you did, that you gave up? Yeah, I really enjoyed it, but I didn't succeed. I didn't win an Oscar, and nothing happened from doing it. Did it make you happy? Yeah, but I didn't make any money from doing it. There might be a problem there. Success, failure is the same thing. Fear, love is the same thing. What's beyond the fear is love. What's your desire? The fear is blocking you from your biggest desire. Your biggest success is your biggest fear. That's how it works. It's the same side. It's different sides of the same coin. What does success mean to you? How are you spending most of your time on this planet? Are you working just to live and pay your taxes and your mortgage and everything like that? Or did you work smart and figure out ways on playing the system? So you don't have to work so hard, but you enjoy what you do, though it's actually not work. Did you decide that you could design the life that you want, create the job titles that you want, and realize, I'm not just a walking piece of creation looking for God and answers. I am the creator who is a walking God. And I could create anything I want, as long as I work hard, do the little baby steps I need to do to get there. And that's what it is. It's like climbing a mountain. When I came to Stockholm last year, I had nothing. I was sleeping on people's couches and stuff like that. I literally had nothing, no network or anything like that. But I had a big group of friends in the Burning Man bubble and friends in the Tantra bubble. So there was always people to hang out with. But they weren't going to pay for my product. My friends don't come to my events. So I needed to somehow do all the things that I did back then. I had all these ideas. I want to do everything. What am I good at? I did the same thing over and over and over again in every single country I went to, migrating from one bubble to another bubble in the transformational communities. And that was a blueprint that I created. I would go to a country, find a yoga studio, and I would teach there. From the yoga studio, I would use it as a sales funnel for one-to-one coaching. From there, I would have enough money to pay for a house, or someone would give me a house in exchange for coaching. Boom, safety done. I would then go to the ecstatic dances where I would let out all the stress and the hustle and bustle of life. And that's where I would pray. That's where I would set an intention and say, I love love. I would love to find love. And then that's where I'd meet all of the most incredible, powerful women that would heal me. And then we would get together and then we'd run even bigger workshops, even bigger retreats. And in this co-creational space, we would create huge transformative experiences in these sober conscious communities. The ecstatic arts, I call it. And that was my life for a decade. So I did that in Stockholm last year. Raging success. Then I went to Copenhagen for a quick holiday. I was trapped there for 4 months. And I just got back. And then I came back and prayed. Channeling the gods of this land. Balder, Odin's son. I asked for his guidance. And I shared my passions. What do I love? I do want to get out of the Tantra bubble. Hi, Royal Park Stockholm. You're amazing. And my brain needs to change from who I was for the past decade to where I want to be. When I was in Copenhagen, I stepped out of the Tantra bubble and I got into the millionaire bubble, the influencer bubble, the Bitcoin millionaire bubble. And for 3 months, because the first month I was still in the old bubble of Tantra. But for 3 months, I was in this other bubble, surrounded by dudes, surrounded by successful people. There is a great saying. Before you diagnose yourself with stress, anxiety, and depression, make sure you're not surrounded by arseholes. You are who you surround yourself with. I had to get out, consciously had to get out of that bubble. And then I saw this other bubble. Turns out this other bubble enjoys something else. Not talking about their problems, but talking about their passions. They love creating. They love playing. These millionaires had this theme park of experiences which I was a part of and creating with. And we, during this lockdown period, took over a whole villa complex and we turned it into literally a theme park of transformational experiences, the ecstatic arts. It was insane, the life we were living. Again, it's all on my Shaft Uddin Instagram. Lockdown was the best thing that ever happened to us. We kept ourselves to ourselves. We obeyed the rules of Thailand. And we literally had all these different houses and in a little villa complex with infinity pools. We stayed safe amongst ourselves. And this island was corona-free. No one had corona, apart from one person, and she overcame it. It was insane what happened. My life is transformed, and I have amazing businesses. It's great. But I wasn't happy there. I wanted to be here. I wanted to be in Sweden. I wanted to come back home and start the journey that I left. I chose to come to a space of Corona, Europe, where it was melting down. And I arrived again with nothing. I had to start again with nothing. But I had a dream. I had all these ideas. And I created a focus board. I show this in my previous videos and I talk about it every single day. Every single day I meditate on it. Nighttime, bedtime, morning practice, nighttime practice. I won't be talking about the focus board in these episodes because all the esoteric practices that I used, because I'm part of Royal Park Stockholm now. So if you want to know what I was talking about, it's in the previous videos. My focus board, I achieved every single one of those points in my life. 6 points in my life that I needed to achieve. I did it. Done. I have to, after this love stream is over, I have to readjust everything and change all the pictures and everything. Because in the space of 3 months, in 2 months in fact, because when I landed, I came here in July. So July, August, September. Yeah, 2 months. In the space of 2 months, I achieved everything. So I have to change my focus board, because my focus, wherever the mind goes, the energy flows, was on these 6 very practical things I needed to do in my life, which is love, home, money. Love is relationships. Home is home, survival, shelter. We need that to feel safe. And money, which is job, purpose, everything, which is what we're talking about today, wealth. Purpose, purpose, purpose. You find your purpose, the rest just flows. So I had these 6 things. I smashed them in 2 months, even beyond what I thought. And now my purpose has changed. So the whole thing I was famous for the last 3 years, 17 million views on Instagram since 2017. I have to move on. It's not my focus anymore. And I get to choose what I want to do, because I really want to have a bigger impact. I really want to share what I learned in the transformational communities, in the tantric communities. It's weird what we do. This is why when people see this, they won't really get it. But everything we're doing, the ecstatic arts, the yogis have been doing it since the dawn of language. This is the written language, which is Sanskrit. So these ecstatic arts that we do, these yogic things that we do, is based on science. It's the body stuff. When I got out of that bubble, I didn't know anything about the law of attraction, The Secret, or personal development. Definitely knew nothing about Tony Robbins, Les Brown, motivational speakers. I was just Tantra. Who are the best Tantra teachers in the world that are alive today? That one. I'm going to train with them, and became the best. Again, wherever the mind goes, the energy flows. What is your intention, and where do you want to direct everything? Oh, I want to get good at that hobby. I became the world's best. So when I stepped out of that bubble, I stepped into the millionaire bubble. My energy changed, my body changed, my language changed. I haven't had any self-doubt since April, apart from 3 days of self-doubt. That was it. The rest of the time has been focus, purpose. What is my purpose? I want to have the biggest impact in Stockholm around mental health, wealth, and wellness. That is my purpose. That's my prime directive. That's why I'm here, to help as many people as I can with these gifts, these ecstatic arts, to make people overcome depression, stress, anxiety. I want to support as many people as possible to relax their nervous system, come into nature. Royal Park Stockholm is in Haga National Park. It's like, I'm in it. This place has plant-based vegan foods. I'm in it. It's like the epicenter of everything I could ever dream of. This is like the center for human transformation. It's amazing. I'm doing it. I'm in it. I'm living in it. And I want to share this with as many people as possible. I'm still transitioning from one world to the other world. Remember, I haven't lived in society for 10 years. But I'm firmly in society because I do, have those things called mortgages and stuff like that. Because I was a successful man on a 6-figure salary for a long, long time until I was 35, and I had my nervous breakdown at 34, and then I became a tantrika, and now I'm back again. I'm integrating everything. Ram Dass, he once said, he calls this phase in the life the holy phony, or the phony holy. Basically, I've seen and done too many weird things. I've reached enlightenment so many times that it became a natural state for me. Now I'm back here and I'm trying to fit in. I'm bringing all these esoteric practices which work to create this lifestyle, to create an ease, a flow in life. And all that means is to be present. The science of flow state, the science of success, the science of breathing fully, relaxing your nervous system, flowing through life and having that balance between the left brain and the right brain. I have to change my language, no longer using the tantric principles, but coming into this space and understanding how people communicate. So my language changes to your language. So I can actually be relatable for you. Like I say, these things work. This is why I was a global success in my bubble. 17 million views. I'm in transition, and you are all in transition. We are in a space and a time of great change, rapid awakening. Wherever the mind goes, the energy flows. You have the choice to turn up the volume of fear, self-doubt, the what-ifs. Turn that volume up if you like, or you could turn it down, or you could turn up the volume of love, co-creation, the endless possibilities, chasing that excitement, working with the people you want to work with, hang around with the people you want to become. Change your mind, change your physiology of your body. Become the person that you see inside of your mind's eye. Design your story. Focus your attention onto key areas of your life, of love, money, home. Design it. Write a story of what you want to be. Because I know every single one of you are going around telling a story. Telling your story to anyone that will listen. Over and over again until it becomes real. And if it doesn't become real, then you'll make it become real. How about you change that story and turn it into something inspiring? What can you learn from your depression? What can you learn from the addiction background that you may have had? What can you learn from your anxiety? How can you turn depression into gratitude? How can you turn anxiety and stress into excitement? Instead of focusing on the worst case scenario, hey, what's the best case scenario? Dun dun dun. Different ways of thinking. This is amazing. We've all got the same one. Some people will say, no, but my chemicals are different and this is why I'm prescribed different. Turns out, if you don't surround yourself with assholes, you might have a different opinion about life. If you surround yourself with people who aren't drinking and smoking and taking drugs, who aren't trapped in the trauma cycle, or aren't in that bubble that you're in, and you start hanging out with the people that you want to become, things will be different. Your environment dictates who you are. If you love success, or are triggered by success, or want success, the biggest thing you could do right now, today, is to already start feeling it in your body. What does it feel like when you get that paycheck in that account? Every time when I was taken to an expensive country to teach Tantra, and God paid vast amounts of money, I would see that money come into my bank account after I send them an invoice, and I'd be like, what did it make me feel like in my body? And I work hard when I'm at these intensives, by the way. Like, we are working from 7 till 2 in the morning, like non-stop work. And I have to hold space for people going deep into their traumas and holding space as a trained therapist in my industry, by the way, in the world of tantra and sacred sexuality. Like, going deep into healing and supporting people's traumas, and they're able to let go of it very quickly in these spaces. After that intense work, I get to relax. I get to see money come into my bank account, and I sit there, feel grateful, and I analyze in my body, what is that feeling that I'm getting from this? Is it, yay, I just got shit tons of money, woo! That's not the feeling I get. The feeling I get is this. That feeling is, I feel bulletproof. I don't need to talk. I stop talking. I don't need to say anything to anybody. And I realize how much I go around talking about my problems. And once I reach the top of my passions and I get everything, I don't need to talk about my passions either. I'm just in a state of zen. I feel bulletproof. I feel confident. I feel sexy, which is the highest form of self-love, if you ask me. I feel powerful. I feel grounded. And I feel bulletproof and zen. Vroom. I did it. It's what I say to myself. And then I let myself simmer in that feeling, remembering, what does it feel like? What does it feel like? Because I guarantee you, every time you've hit a goal and you've worked really hard to hit that goal, there it is, you got it. Then you go, okay, next. Am I right? That's why, as humans, we will reach the stars. Nothing will ever be enough. All the money, all the stars, all the wealth, every cars, houses, it will never be enough. It's because it's hardwired into our DNA for it to never be enough. It's for us to evolve. But here's the kicker, here's the hack, here's the science of achievement and reaching your goals and enjoying your wealth, is literally that. Enjoying your wealth. You've climbed the biggest mountain. I'm on top of that mountain. What I got to do is sit back and enjoy the chai. That's it. Enjoy your success. Celebrate your success. Make sure you put in your diary. You did it. You reached that goal. Enjoy it. Celebrate it with someone. It might only last for 10 minutes or 7 minutes. Or maybe, if you're lucky, that level of celebration and enjoyment of reaching that goal, climbing that mountain, might last a day. But you're already going to be moving on to the next project. I remember when I reached my first 1,000,000 views. I was sat in my jacuzzi in London, in Tottenham. And I forced myself to stay in my jacuzzi. I said, okay, I did it. Turned on the bubbles, and I sat there, timed it as well, but, let go of it as well. Sat there, and I was like, okay, that was 7 minutes, off onto the next project. Sit back and enjoy the chai. Celebrate the wins. Celebrate the wealth. Celebrate as much as you can, because you're constantly going to be getting to the next level. And when you do that, you have to change your focus to something else. Be grateful for everything that you did. The past that you may be ashamed of. The past that has helped you to get to where you are now. Learning from it rather than being stuck in it. Being grateful for it rather than being in it still and letting it affect all of your decisions. How can you grow from your past? What bits of your embodied wisdom training can you bring into your next project? My background is graphic design, making pretty pictures, dancing, massage, yoni massage. I was once a tantric sex guru. I did a lot of stuff. I started my own movements. I did a lot of things. I have 40 years worth of wisdom in my body. I've let go of a lot of trauma, a lot of stories, a lot of stuff in the past. So I could be fully present to be the best version of myself right now in this moment. I am in a transformational period where I'm moving from one place to another. So I am going to make mistakes. And I'm probably going to say the wrong things for the people I'm working with. Sorry if I am. Just tell me what to say. But I am a work in progress. And I'm still human. Also a superhuman. We're all superhumans, by the way. You can be successful today, right now. It doesn't matter how much money you're making or how much money you have. You can have all the money in the world and all of the things trappings, all the success you want in the life, and you still will feel empty inside. It's the little wins. It's the moments of gratitude. It is the simple connections that you have. It's the simple things that make you feel alive. I've had to train myself because I'm an overachiever, and I'm talking to a lot of people in Sweden, and I know you are too. The things that make me happy, the biggest wealth I have in my life is this: simply to say hello to another human. To have the courage to say hello to someone. A random. Hello. Hey, hope you're having an amazing day. That's it. That's what makes me feel alive. That's what makes me feel successful in life. To be able to engage with another human being and actually feel nice and say, hey, how's your day going? Oh, great, amazing. I feel great. So I get to do that every day. That's my wealth. That's the thing that is allowing me to be who I am. The simple practice. My biggest fear, remember I'm still a human, was fear of rejection, fear of approaching. I couldn't speak to anyone. I suffered from social anxiety for a year. My daily practice was to say hello to someone every day. I even had a script. When I was in Copenhagen, we eat a lot of vegan foods there. It's like you're in a restaurant and you see someone say, "Ooh, the Buddha bowl here is amazing. What did you order?" So I would have to force myself to say things like that. Now it comes naturally, because I did the same thing which I did with everything, which is hard work, repetition. Then it becomes me, then it's me, and then I move on to the next level. That is success. That's what is wealth for me. Not all the material possessions. To simply say hello to a human being. To serve, to help others. That is wealth for me. I did the hard work to keep Shaft Uddin safe. I did the hard work to allow this vessel, my body, to change in a way that allows me to function at my best level. This is why I love living and working for Royal Park Stockholm, because they got a gym and a sauna and a pool. It's amazing. They are allowing me to be the best version of myself, so I can serve you, the people of Stockholm, so we could come together for these conscious events. These ecstatic arts that I'm bringing to Stockholm saved my life. Not even joking. I was an addict and I overcame it. In 1 year and 8 months of these ecstatic arts. I suffered from depression. I overcame it in 1 year and 8 months from these ecstatic arts. Severe loneliness. All gone. Due to simple things that we do. as yogis, as tantrikas, as mystics, as whatever you want. But it's also in the personal development world. The stuff we're doing, the stuff I did, is just science-based. I used one language and did one stuff, and I was really good at it. I'm moving into this world, and I'm moving forwards with you. So thank you very much for listening. Success is an inside job. Success is attractive because you become attractive when you become successful. That is basically living your passion. Purpose, purpose, purpose. What do you love doing? What are you spending most of your time doing? Are you watching Netflix and then getting a quick dopamine hit and then going back to watching Netflix again? Or are you getting that quick dopamine hit and then going outside, talking to yourself, not listening to your own thoughts, reprogramming your brain, doing some kind of mantra practice? I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, I love my life, I love my body, I love myself. Hanging out in different communities where people are sober, conscious, come to conscious events, and then you are actually becoming a better version of yourself. Are you designing the life that you want rather than the life that you thought you were meant to have? This is the power you have. So thank you very much for listening. I will see you tomorrow for another episode of these love streams with Shaft Uddin, streamed live from Royal Park. I am in I'm shifting from one place to another, and I may say the wrong things. But I may say the right things. I'm still growing and evolving. So please do ignore the latest video that's going to be premiered on my YouTube channel. I just found it on my desktop about energy orgasms. Don't watch it. And on my Instagram. But, you know, from then on, I'm going to be transitioning into the Royal Park of Stockholm stuff. I just got a bunch of stuff on my desktop I need to, you know, get out there before I dedicate to this. I'm dedicated to this. Come to events. On October the 4th, Sunday, it's our first ever sober rave, Sunday school revolution. We're going to be doing it every single day, every single week, to create community. COVID friendly. It's outside, and it's definitely COVID friendly because we're going to be doing Wim Hof ice baths and everything like that into the lake, and then getting warm in the day spa as well. There's going to be loads of cool stuff. The top ecstatic dance DJs are in Stockholm. It's a rave, so you could talk to each other and you know, talk. It is capped, so it's COVID friendly. Health and safety is priority, so if you've got any symptoms or anything, stay at home. But what we're going to be doing is actually things to boost your immune system. So that's actually what we are going to create. We're going to be outside throughout winter. We're going to be outside dancing, singing, and diving into the cold lake. These things help you boost your immune system. I haven't been ill for 1 year. I was sick. I had a bit of a cold for 24 hours in February, but that was it. This stuff works. And the ecstatic arts, which is what we do, we're bringing it to Stockholm. Puss, hey, see you tomorrow. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up. Share this with your friends. We're creating this community, so come together. Our mission is to create an epicenter of human transformation, plant-based goodness and sustainability. So please tell your friends about Royal Park Stockholm. Hej då!